right now. This very moment you stand at a crossroads. The path ahead of you holds unlimited potential, but to walk it freely, you must first put down the heavy burdens you've been carrying. Those old thoughts, those painful memories, those people who drain your spirit. They've been weighing you down long enough. I'm going to share something powerful with you tonight, something that could completely transform your life, just as it has for thousands before you. The simple truth is, letting go isn't a sign of weakness. It's the ultimate show of strength. Think about a hot air balloon. Before it can soar into the sky, what must happen? The crew must release the sandbags. They must let go of that extra weight. That's exactly what we're talking about today, releasing what holds you down so you can rise to your true potential. You see, most people walk around carrying invisible weights. They drag behind them years of regret, failed relationships, missed opportunities, and painful memories. They hold on to toxic friendships out of habit, cling to negative patterns because they're familiar, and replay past mistakes like broken records in their minds. Does this sound familiar? But here's the truth. You weren't born carrying these burdens. You picked them up along the way, and what you picked up, you can put down. Just like learning to walk or ride a bicycle, letting go is a skill. And like any skill, it can be mastered with the right understanding and practice. Let me tell you about a man I knew. For 15 years, he worked at a job he hated because he was afraid to start over. Every morning, he'd wake up with a knot in his stomach. Every evening, he'd come home defeated. He had a dream of starting his own business, but he kept telling himself, I can't leave now. I've invested too much time here. What if I fail? What will people think? Those thoughts, those fears, they were his sandbags. They kept him grounded when he was meant to fly. Then one day, something changed. He realized that by staying in a situation that was slowly killing his spirit, he wasn't being loyal, he was being afraid. The next day, he handed in his resignation. Today, he runs a successful company that helps others follow their dreams. But none of it would have happened if he hadn't first let go of his fears. Now, I want you to think about your own life. What are you holding on to that's holding you back? Maybe it's a relationship that ended years ago, but you still replay the memories, wondering what you could have done differently. Maybe it's a mistake you made in your business or career, and shame about that failure keeps you from taking new risks. Or perhaps it's toxic people in your life who constantly criticize your dreams and pull you down to their level. These patterns, these people, these past regrets, they're not your identity, they're just habits. And habits can be changed. The first step is recognizing that holding on to these things isn't protecting you, it's limiting you. Consider this, everything in nature understands the importance of letting go. Trees don't try to hold on to their leaves in winter. The ocean doesn't try to hold on to its waves. Even the sky doesn't try to hold on to its clouds. There's a natural rhythm of holding on and letting go. And fighting that rhythm only creates suffering. But I know what some of you are thinking. You're thinking, but you don't understand my situation. The things that happened to me, the people who hurt me. It's not that simple to just let go. And you're right. It's not simple, but it is necessary. Because while you can't change what happened in the past, you absolutely can change how much power it has over your present and future. Here's a fundamental truth. Seize every moment you spend dwelling on past hurts is a moment stolen from your future happiness. Every ounce of energy you give to toxic people is energy you could be investing in those who truly support and care about you. Every day you spend beating yourself up over past mistakes is a day you could be creating new successes. Think about that for a moment. Really let it sink in. The time and energy you're spending on these negative patterns and painful memories, that's your life force, that's your precious time. And once it's spent, you can't get it back. But here's the good news. You can start changing this pattern right now. You don't need special tools or techniques. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment. All you need is the willingness to begin and the understanding that letting go is a process, not an event. Start with small steps. When you catch yourself replaying old hurts or regrets, gently redirect your thoughts to the present moment. When toxic people try to pull you into their drama, practice setting kind but firm boundaries. When negative patterns emerge, pause and ask yourself, is this serving my highest good? Remember, letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't mean pretending nothing happened. It means choosing to free yourself from the weight of things you can't change. It means making a conscious decision to stop letting past events or other people's actions control your present happiness. If you were moving to a new home, you wouldn't pack up all your trash and take it with you, would you? Of course not. You'd sort through your belongings, keep what's valuable, and leave behind what no longer serves a purpose. That's exactly what we're talking about here. Emotional and mental decluttering. I've watched countless individuals transform their lives by mastering this principle. Business executives who let go of controlling everything and learn to trust their teams. Artists who let go of perfectionism and finally shared their work with the world. Parents who let go of guilt over past mistakes and created stronger relationships with their children. The common thread in all these stories? These people didn't wait for permission to let go. They didn't wait until they felt completely ready. They simply made a decision that their future happiness was more important than their past pain. Now, this doesn't mean the process is always comfortable. Growth rarely is. When you first start letting go of negative patterns or setting boundaries with toxic people, it might feel strange, uncomfortable, even wrong. That's normal. You're developing new emotional muscles, and like physical exercise, there might be some discomfort at first. But here's what happens. As you practice letting go, you'll notice something remarkable. The energy you used to spend on regret, resentment, and toxic relationships becomes available for new opportunities. Your mind becomes clearer, your decisions become easier, your relationships become healthier. Think about a computer running too many programs at once. It becomes slow, inefficient, maybe even freezes up completely. That's what holding onto negative patterns and past regrets does to your mind. By letting go, you're essentially closing unnecessary programs, freeing up your mental and emotional RAM for what truly matters. One of the most powerful aspects of letting go is that it creates space for new beginnings. Nature abhors a vacuum. When you release what no longer serves you, better things naturally flow into that space. But you have to be willing to create that space first. Every expert was once a beginner. Every success story started with someone letting go of their comfort zone. Every meaningful relationship began with someone letting go of their fear of being hurt again. Your next chapter can't begin until you're willing to end the current one. Now let's talk about practical steps. Start by identifying one thing you're holding on to that's holding you back. Just one thing. Maybe it's anger towards someone who hurt you. Maybe it's embarrassment about a past failure. Maybe it's a relationship that's clearly over, but you're still trying to save. Once you've identified it, ask yourself these questions. What would my life look like without this burden? Who could I become if I wasn't carrying this weight? What opportunities might open up if I release this? The answers to these questions will show you what you're trading your freedom for. Because make no mistake, holding on to negative patterns, toxic people, and past regrets is a trade. You're trading your present happiness and future potential for the illusion of control over something that's already happened. But you might be wondering, what if I let go and something worse happens? What if I let go and regret it? These are natural fears, but here's the truth. Holding on is far riskier than letting go. When you hold on to what's not working, you guarantee that nothing better can take its place. Think about it like this. If your hands are full of rocks, you can't receive flowers. If your heart is full of past hurts, you can't receive new joy. If your mind is full of old regrets, you can't create new successes. The process of letting go also requires self-compassion. You need to forgive yourself for the mistakes you've made, for the times you stayed too long in bad situations, for the opportunities you missed. Remember, you did the best you could with what you knew at the time. Now that you know better, you can do better. That leads us to another important point. Letting go isn't something you do once and is done forever. It's a skill you develop, a muscle you strengthen, a choice you make again and again. Some days it will be easier than others. That's okay. What matters is your commitment to the process. As you practice letting go, you'll notice something fascinating. Your resilience grows. Things that once devastated you become minor inconveniences. People who once had power over your emotions lose that power. Situations that once seemed overwhelming become manageable. This happens because letting go creates emotional immunity. Just as your body develops immunity to certain illnesses after exposure, your spirit develops immunity to negative patterns and toxic influences when you practice letting them go. Consider the example of a skilled martial artist. They don't become stronger by holding on to every punch thrown at them. They become stronger by learning to deflect, to roll with the impact, to let go of what doesn't serve them. Your emotional and mental well-being works the same way. Now, some of you might be thinking, but what about justice? What about making things right? This is a valid concern, but here's the truth. Holding on to pain doesn't punish those who hurt you. It only continues to hurt you. Letting go isn't about letting someone off the hook. It's about freeing yourself from the hook. Think about carrying a hot coal. Your intention might be to throw it at someone who hurt you, but who gets burned while you're holding it? You do. Letting go is like putting down that hot coal. It's not about the other person. It's about your own peace of mind. As you move forward with this understanding, remember that letting go creates ripple effects. When you release negative patterns, you give others permission to do the same. When you set healthy boundaries with toxic people, you show others it's possible. When you stop beating yourself up over past mistakes, you demonstrate self-compassion that inspires others. Your decision to let go today could be the catalyst someone else needs tomorrow. Your courage to release what's not working might give someone else the strength to do the same. Your commitment to moving forward might light the way for others who are stuck. Everything in life is either a lesson or a blessing. The negative patterns you're holding onto. They're lessons waiting to be learned. The toxic people draining your energy. They're teaching you about boundaries. The past regrets keeping you awake at night. They're showing you where you need to grow. But once you've learned the lesson, you don't need to keep carrying the experience. Once you've recognized the pattern, you don't need to keep repeating it. Once you've identified toxic behavior, you don't need to keep tolerating it. Letting go is your birthright. It's your ticket to freedom. It's your passport to a better future. The question is, are you ready to claim it? Right now in this moment, you have a choice. You can continue holding on to what's holding you back, or you can begin the process of letting go. You can keep carrying the weight of past regrets, or you can put them down and walk freely toward your future. You can maintain toxic relationships out of habit, or you can open yourself to healthier connections. The choice is yours, but remember, to spend holding on to what's not working is a moment you could be creating what could work beautifully. Every day you spend replaying old hurts is a day you could be writing new stories. Every ounce of energy you give to toxic people is energy. You could be investing in those who lift you higher. Your future's waiting. Your potential is calling. Your best life is ready to begin. But first, you must let go of what weighs you down. Let go of who you thought you had to be. Let go of what others think you should do. Let go of the need to have everything figured out. Trust that when you release what's not meant for you, what is meant for you will have room to arrive. Trust that when you stop holding on to what's holding you back, you'll find the strength to move forward. Trust that when you let go of who you think you should be, you'll become who you're meant to be. The time is now. The person is you. The choice is clear. Let go, move forward, and watch how life begins to flow in beautiful new directions. Your next chapter is waiting to be written, but first you must be willing to close this one. Letting go isn't the end of your story. It's the beginning of a better one. The future belongs to those who are brave enough to release what's familiar in favor of what's possible. You have that courage within you. Use it. Your best life is waiting on the other side of letting go. Take a deep breath. Feel the weight of what you've been carrying. Now choose to set it down. Choose to move forward. Choose to be free. Because in the end, that's what letting go really is. It's choosing freedom over familiarity, growth over comfort, possibility over pain. Your time is now. Your freedom awaits. Let go and let life surprise you with all the goodness it has in store. The moment you make peace with letting go, something extraordinary happens in your mind. Your thoughts become clearer, like a muddy lake settling to reveal crystal clear water beneath. You'll notice opportunities you couldn't see before because your vision was clouded by past disappointments. Consider the example of a skilled mountain climber. To reach the summit, they must constantly let go of their current position to grab the next handhold. If they cling too tightly to where they are, they'll never make progress. Your personal growth works exactly the same way. Something remarkable occurs when you start practicing the art of letting go. Your intuition strengthens. Without the noise of old regrets and toxic influences, you can hear your inner wisdom more clearly. That quiet voice inside becomes a trusted guide, leading you toward better decisions and healthier relationships. Look at successful companies that have stood the test of time. They didn't achieve longevity by holding onto outdated products or ineffective strategies. They succeeded because they mastered the art of strategic letting go. They released what wasn't working to make room for innovation. Your personal life deserves the same level of strategic thinking. The process of letting go also transforms your relationship with time. When you're no longer dwelling on past hurts or anticipating future problems, you become fully present. And it's in this presence that real living happens. It's where creativity flows, where genuine connections form, where intuitive solutions emerge. Think about your energy like a garden hose. When it's kinked by negative thoughts and toxic relationships, only a trickle of your true potential can flow through. But as you release these restrictions, your energy flows freely, nourishing new growth in every area of your life. The beauty of mastering this skill lies in its compound effect. Each time you successfully let go of something that doesn't serve you, you build confidence in your ability to handle change. This confidence becomes a foundation for bigger transformations. Consider how nature handles transitions. A caterpillar must literally dissolve its old form to become a butterfly. It doesn't try to become a butterfly while holding on to its caterpillar self. The transformation requires complete surrender to the process of change. Your psychological spaces work similarly to physical spaces. Just as a cluttered room can make you feel overwhelmed and stuck, a mind cluttered with old grievances and outdated beliefs limits your ability to think clearly and move forward. The practice of letting go also improves your decision-making abilities. When you're not weighed down by past patterns and others' expectations, you can evaluate opportunities based on their true merit, rather than through the lens of old fears and limiting beliefs. Notice how children naturally let go. They can be crying one moment and laughing the next. They don't carry yesterday's disappointments into today's adventures. Somewhere along the way, we adults forgot this natural ability. But like any forgotten skill, we can relearn it. The process of letting go creates a positive feedback loop in your life. As you release what doesn't serve you, you attract people and opportunities that match your new, lighter energy. This, in turn, makes it easier to let go of anything that doesn't align with your growth. Consider your mind like a computer's operating system. Just as outdated software can slow down even the most powerful computer, old thought patterns and emotional baggage can hinder even the most capable person. Letting go is like running a cleanup program. It restores your system to optimal performance. When you master the art of letting go, you develop what I call emotional agility. This is the ability to move through life's challenges without becoming entangled in them. Like a skilled dancer who knows when to hold on and when to release, you learn to move through life with grace and purpose. The practice also strengthens your sense of self-worth. When you stop holding on to relationships and situations that diminish you, you send a powerful message to yourself and others about your value. This naturally attracts better opportunities and healthier relationships into your life. Think about the way light travels through space. It doesn't get stuck on the obstacles it encounters. It simply flows around them. This is the kind of emotional and mental fluidity that letting go develops in you. You learn to flow around obstacles rather than crash into them. The skill of letting go also enhances your creative abilities. When your mind isn't cluttered with old regrets and worries, your creative energy can flow freely. Solutions to problems appear more readily. New ideas emerge more frequently. Innovation becomes natural rather than forced. Consider how letting go affects your physical well-being. Medical research continually shows the connection between holding on to stress, grudges, and negative emotions and various health problems. By learning to let go, you're not just freeing your mind, you're literally healing your body. The practice develops what psychologists call emotional resilience. This isn't about becoming hard or uncaring. It's about developing the flexibility to bend without breaking, to face life's challenges without being devastated by them. As you continue this journey, you'll discover that letting go isn't just about releasing the obviously negative things. Sometimes it means letting go of good things that have served their purpose, but are now holding you back from better things. Think of it like upgrading your life's operating system. Just as you need to close all programs to install an upgrade, sometimes you need to release certain aspects of your life to make room for new growth. This might mean letting go of a comfortable but unfulfilling job to pursue your true calling, or releasing a friendship that once served you but now limits your growth. The mastery of letting go also improves your leadership abilities. Whether you're leading a company, a family, or just your own life, the ability to release what's not working and adapt to new circumstances is crucial for success. Remember that letting go isn't about giving up. It's about wise discernment. It's about understanding the difference between what you can control and what you can't, between what serves your growth and what hinders it. Each time you successfully let go of something that's holding you back, you're not just creating space for new opportunities. You're actually rewiring your brain's response to change. You're building new neural pathways that make adaptation and growth your default response to challenges. This transformation affects every aspect of your life. Your relationships become more authentic because you're no longer carrying past hurts into present interactions. Your career decisions become clearer because you're not clouded by old fears and limiting beliefs. Your creative expression becomes more genuine because you're not held back by criticism and self-doubt. The ultimate power of letting go lies in its ability to align you with life's natural flow. Just as fighting against a river's current exhausts you while flowing with it energizes you, releasing resistance to what brings you into harmony with life's natural rhythm. Your future self will thank you for the burdens you choose to put down today. Every step forward becomes lighter, every decision clearer, every relationship more genuine when you master the art of letting go. The time to begin is now.